Because if you had never done that, I'm not sure you would have been as calm or as confident in your ability because you had not been prepared.
Exactly. I mean, you're hitting the nail right on the head. Like, it's always about, like, what work have you been putting in order to be prepared for the opportunity that arises. Because a lot of people are faced with a lot of opportunities every single day, every single week, every month. You know what I'm saying? But people aren't ready for them. So a lot of opportunities end up, passing them up.
Okay. So it sounds like there are some beautiful things about the things that you do, but what are the hardest things about what you currently do, whether that's with working with, working and touring with Tonight's Conversation or with, building and growing the brand of Budding Media Moguls?
So I think that, different things in both arenas, right?
Right.
I would say with, Tonight's Conversation, it's definitely, being on the road is amazing, right? But I have to manage the logistics for that. So I have to worry about how are my crew and cast of 50 people getting from point A to point B? How is all of our equipment getting from point A to point B? What time are the hotels and the venues going to let us in so that we can actually set up?
So much to think about.
So it's like I have a truck to manage with all of our stuff on it, a tour bus, flights, rental cars. So it's just making sure that everybody, that's just a huge thing. That's a huge thing, the logistics of it all. Then when it comes to Budding Media Moguls, because it is really fueled by like just my passion for wanting to see people thrive, I end up putting like a whole lot of money into it. You know what I'm saying? A whole lot of cash.
Yeah.
And it's always worth it. But you also, when you're in business, you have to remember like a business is successful when it is like turning some sort of profit. And it is profitable, but I see spaces where like, if I do things a little smarter, right? And if I'm such like a leap person, I'm like, I can be doing some of these kinds of things and spending less money and not having to, you know what I'm saying? Put everything into a shoot. But I'm getting the hang of it. Me, my crew, like we're getting there.
Because when I hear about, so you're part of a crew and then you're building your own crew. I think that those are some very, very hard things to do because you have to be a leader in that moment. Yes. And you have to be confident that you can lead people and be sure that they'll follow you. But I feel like without the experience that you've gained from college, being a mother, of course, and then also being a tour manager of one of the biggest platforms out there, to help build your own platform and having that experience is, I know it's hard because, like, as you see, it's just me. Like, I have an editor now, but for the most part, when I shoot, it's really just me. Yeah. And sometimes I wonder, like, I think ideally, yes, I would like to have a crew, right? But it's scary because you know the work that you want to do, and you know that you're passionate about it. That's why you do it, right? But to believe and trust that other people will also feel treat it with the same revere and the same care that you have is a scary thing for me. Because I'm thinking, like, people have told me before I should have a co-host, right? And I say, okay, you say that until it's time for you to get up and we're going to California, or get up and we're going to Miami to go shoot a podcast, right? And I've gone back and forth with the idea, maybe like, let's say for a period of time I had co-hosts, because I don't mind playing around with different ideas and just trying things because I think that's fun and it's creative. But it's funny when people say that to me because I'm thinking, all right, you say that until it's time to really be about that and we have to get up and go.
And now let me tell you too, something else that's really scary about having a team is also making sure that people continue to have work, right? So, like, for example, like I
wouldn't have known that because I don't do it. Like, that's crazy. Like, okay.
I pay everybody on my sets, I make sure that everybody's taken care of. I do my best. And so when I'm thinking about that, I have people that are like, just let me know when the next project is. And, like, people that come to me like sometimes in tears and they're like, Samarah, like, this is so beautiful. Like, how can I continue to like just be a part of what you're doing? And I'm like, I will keep you in the loop. Yeah. But I'm just like, it's just there comes like another level of stress, right? That's like, how can I make sure that people are continuing to stay paid, but then 2, continuing to feel fulfilled in the work that they're doing, right? And so now it becomes like almost like a, it's a layer of responsibility that gets added when you're taking care of like a crew, a team. So it becomes a lot more than just like schedule,
And that's why I think it's scary, because it's not, I don't want to feel, I guess, like a coward for not wanting to do that, or knowing the pressure and the responsibility that comes with that. Because if I start it, I want to make sure I can maintain it. If I can't maintain it, but I got you into it, then I can't really blame you. I have to blame myself. And I could save myself of that if I just don't do it.
Yeah. And I mean, and I think that it's a beautiful thing too, to run your own sets and do things yourself. Like you want to learn how to do things yourself anyway. That's how I started out. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I was in my room in 2015 filming my own YouTube videos, finding my little editing software, figuring it out. But then that allowed me to understand, like, okay, if I'm hiring in this person, they need to know more than I know.
Yeah. But
or at least have the hunger and the passion to learn, right?
Yeah. I think the other part of that, when you have people that know more than you do, how do you balance them trying not to take over what you're doing? Because that's another thing. If they think that they know more than you in this area, some people might think that they just know more than you, period. Yeah. If I know more than you, why am I following you, kind of thing?
I would say, like, for example, like as a producer, right? My job is to make either my vision or my client's vision come to life, right? So I'm managing, finding like the talent for it, finding the crew for it, ensuring that we have like a good shot list set up and all those things. However, I cannot do it all myself, especially when the vision is bigger. So it's like, I want to be able to hire professionals. Like I want, as my cameraman, I want you to know how to work that camera through and through. If I need to hop in, then I can do it. But I want you to be able to know how to work it through and through, so that if a problem arises, I don't have to come over and like try to troubleshoot, even though it happens.
Yeah, of course.
But I can trust that you will take care of that camera, and you will take care of that camera. You will take care of that audio over there, right? But my job is to curate, pull the talent together to be able to make a vision come to life. You want to work with people that are better than you. You want to be in rooms with people that have more knowledge than you do, because that's how you grow and that's how you expand. It's a blessing to be able to be in those spaces. Now, you also have to work with people that aren't like, can I curse on here?
Yeah. Yes.
You have to work with people that aren't assholes, though. Yeah. Also, like, you don't want people that are snobby and, I know more than you do. Like, for example, like I came in here and I was like, hey, like, you mind if I move a mic a little bit? Yeah. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that it's cool if people are like, hey, I have some suggestions or expertise I could offer, but it's totally okay if you don't take it, because everything still looks great.
Yeah. Let me throw that in there. Samarah did help with today's setup. She gave me little tips.
Not really.
Small little tips on how to, fix certain things around. But I think what it sounds like is coming from me is that maybe I have a lack of trust. Maybe. And I don't think that's the case.
It's a big thing, though.
Well, I think I don't have a problem. I'm thinking of really, really trusting people. Maybe it's because I'm thinking about trusting them with this. Yeah. That is the difference. It's like, I can trust you, and if I mess that up, or if you mess that up, that's one thing. But with this, if you mess this up, I'm gonna really take that personal. So maybe that's what it is for me. I don't think I have a problem trusting. But maybe with this, would you say you have an easier sense of trust towards people with that?
Well, I feel like I'm still kind of building out my system, right, of how I can ensure that I can trust people with certain tasks and duties and stuff. So, like, I'll try people out. I'll move people around. Hey, you're going to PA today. Hey, you're going to AD today. Hey, you're going to, camera ops today, right? So I can just see how people do in those spaces. And then if I'm like, okay, you actually, did, respectfully a pretty bad job here. Like, maybe I won't use you over there. But I noticed that on this day, on this set, you did really good over here. I can trust you over here. I'll keep you over here now, right? And then I can swap people out in like those other spaces. So I will work on like my smaller projects first, right? I'm like, hey, let's just come together and like do this thing real quick. I'll see how people work. Cool. Boom, 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 right? Now when the bigger projects come and we're filming festivals and stuff, I'm like, no, I need you to AD today. I need you to be a PA today. I need you to be on camera. I need you to direct, because now I've built that trust with people since we've done 3, 4, 5, 6 projects together, where I'm like, okay, now I know what you guys can do. This is the role that I need you to kind of fulfill.
Okay. So it seems like from the observation that lets you know where you need to put people and things like that.
Yeah. But I mean, simultaneously, it's like you have to trust people. If somebody's trusting me to film a festival, I literally cannot run around and operate all 3 cameras and do the audio. And so it's like I have to.
I think part of the reason why I think you might be able to do that is because someone trusted you. Someone trusted you with something to help grow it. And because it happened to you and you saw what it turned into, I think the thought of it for you is easier to kind of buy into because someone trusted me to help them grow this. So if I trust someone else to help me grow it, then maybe I can see the same result.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
I'm thinking that's what it is. So maybe, has anyone not trusted me with an opportunity? I'm like, am I tripping? Maybe, because I've had opportunities, but yeah.
I mean, but here's the thing, like people are trusting you, right? Like, for example, when people are coming on your platform, they're trusting you to take care of their image. Like right now, I'm trusting you to take care of my image.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Like that takes a lot of trust. There's some platforms I will never be on that have asked me to be on. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'd rather wait for the people that I know will take care of my image that are quality. And, you cooking.
That's a good point.
People trust you. People trust you.
Oh, wow. Thanks for bringing me back to that point. I guess I don't think about it that way because I'm thinking if it were me and I was going on someone else's platform, I try to make people look as good as I would want them to make me look, basically. So I didn't think of that. You flipped that back to me. Thank you. I'll take that. Thank you.
Thank you.